Grab your clubs and settle in, because it's time for Club Pro Chatter. Join your Minnesota PGA pros, Greg, Scott, and Jack, as they swing into the world of golf and beyond. Get ready for candid conversations, insider tips, and a whole lot of laughs. Let's tee off.
Greetings, golf fans. Greg Snow coming to you live, Club Pro Chatter, Season 8, Episode 1. Thank you to Dave Sedlowski for helping us out. He is the golf pro up at Rutgers Bay Lake Lodge, where I used to be. Obviously, Dave's a good friend. He actually calls me often. Often's the wrong word. And then he'll send me state of Rutgers, kind of what's going on up there. So Dave's always been a good friend. He's got a good little business with this voiceover. Scotty or Jack? Well, let's introduce our new show host. We're calling him Captain Jack. Scotty, we had to do some finagling to get him to join us this year as a host, and we're glad to have Jack. Jack, just take it away. Give us an update on yourself. Tell everybody about yourself if they don't know you, which I'm sure most do.
You know, it's nice to not be a fill-in for once with you guys. You know, it's nice to be kind of a regular, but I figured if I was doing it anyway, I might as well jump on board, and it's just like a car ride to a tournament, basically every episode in a way. So we're happy to be here. Director of golf at Craigens Legacy Courses up in Brainerd. Also run the CRMC Championship up there, presented by Northern Pacific Center. Got to get all my sponsors in, you guys. Obviously know these guys for a long, long time. Been in the Minnesota section a long time. Played a lot of events. Absolutely love the section and wanted to participate. So thanks for having me. Excited to talk with you guys.
All right, Scott, we have a recommitment to the podcast this year. We actually have our dates all set, and we felt like this was a good time to add in a third. So just in case something happens to you and I, or if we're missing, I'm playing in some senior events this year. Actually, there's a conflict on one. You guys aren't quite there yet since you're so young. But Scotty, you excited about this Captain Jack joining the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he'll take some of your airtime from you talking, so that'll be good. And obviously, those that are regular listeners or followers of the podcast know that Jack's been on quite a few times in the past. He's filled in, he's helped out. He's a good friend of ours, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'll tell you, I'm rejuvenated with this thing. G.
Scotty, you look rejuvenated. Your hair looks back to normal. You look like a regular human being again. We're glad to have you, Mr. Prez. As always, and coming live from the bunker again for you down there. Jack, tell us about your setup here for these podcasts. You got a little Michigan. Larry Bird was your guy. Kind of give us what's going on behind you there.
This is my little corner that I put up my nostalgic stuff, but I got a couple Masters visits in there. What do we got up there? I got the Final Four for Michigan basketball in 2013 was a fun year for us. And right behind me is my big one. I have a full signed Fab Five. I paid a lot for it, so don't think I shouldn't have, but I really wanted it. And then I got Larry Bird signed behind me, his jersey. So this is kind of my little spot, but I'm also sitting on top of my sock drawer, and I have a workout machine I moved out of the way and a refrigerator right here. So it's not as cool as it looks. But it's what cool. I wanted a backdrop. And I got the CRMC axe over here too. I even brought that along just for fun.
Wow.
So cool.
I'm trying to up this podcast, I'm trying to up this podcast from Greg's background a little bit and kind of just bring a little bit more into it.
You're doing great, Jack, and let's go on to the two pieces. People don't know this, but you are an alum of Michigan. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did graduate, one of 15 in my family, so we're definitely U of M people. I was the first. It's probably like the second or third one actually. So it's always been a big part of our lives for sure. Go Blue.
You started at Gogebic and then moved over to Michigan?
Yeah, 2 years ago Gogebic, and obviously played basketball in JUCO, and that was kind of the reason I stayed. Obviously wanted to stay home. It's easy. Your credits transfer. And then decided to get out of there and go to Michigan. Could have maybe went to somewhere a little bit smaller and played a little longer, but Michigan for me was definitely a place I wanted to be, and I miss it. It's just such a good college town.
Well, this will be fun because Scotty bleeds the Gophers, as you know, and you bleed Michigan, and I don't bleed nothing. so I could be the moderator for you two when we have some stuff happening, maybe coming up in the fall with some football. Since Jack lost his coach.
Let's hope Minnesota gets good enough where that actually happens.
Okay, it already starts. Let's go. Now, I want to hit on this Dave Sadlow. Have you guys ever used Dave for anything, for any voiceovers or any talking pieces or anything like that?
I haven't, but after hearing this, I'm going to. That voice is electric. It's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't either. Obviously, I've known Dave a long time, even back to when he took the job at Thumper Pond prior to Rutgers. And back then I remember I'm like, God, you got a great voice. I've done a little voiceover stuff, and now it's like a real thing. It's a side hustle. It's more than a side hustle. It's almost a second career for him.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think that's where he's headed with this. He does announcing for the Aiken schools up there. DJSadlowVO.com. It's exactly how it sounds. DJ, SADLOWVO.com. If you want to learn more about this, if you're doing stuff at your golf course, we know a lot of golf pros listen to us, and you need Dave. We'd love for you to use him. He has been kind enough to help us with our podcast here. And he even said to me, he goes, hey, if you want to work on something for a closing or something like that, let me know. I'm like, yeah, we'll one step at a time, Dave. This is breaking deal for us 8 years in. We get Jack and we get voiceover now. We're growing, Scotty.
Yes.
All right, good stuff. Okay, so yesterday I have county commissioner meeting, and at the end we have to give reports. And so during reports, we go through what we did the last week and then what we got coming up in the following week. So my report on this Tuesday, April 8th is always this. It's here's what I had last week. And this coming week, I'd appreciate it if nobody calls me. I'm not going to any meetings. I am bellied up watching the Masters wall to wall. They all get a little chuckle. And then I look at them and I go, I'm kind of serious about that. So please leave me alone type deal. I want to hear from you two. What does your week look like during the Masters?
Go ahead,
Scotty.
Jack, start.
Usually first of all, every single year we do a Wednesday night at Zorba's on Gull Lake. We get all the golf guys in the area together. We do a draft, $50 draft, pick your top three. And then it allows us to kind of have a team to cheer for during the event. So that's always fun. The last year I went to the Masters last year, so I went on Sunday. But Thursday, Friday's pretty rough for me usually because I've got stuff going on and I'm working. I try to catch that late broadcast if there is one. And then Saturday I hunker in and Sunday I hunker in for sure. This year, a little different. The golf course is ready to go. We're going to be open. So on Thursday, we're grinding to get the golf course open. On Friday, we're open, and Saturday, we're open. So it's going to be a little bit tougher. Definitely going to take Sunday off, I hope, and at least Sunday afternoon off and watch it from start to finish for sure.
Scotty?
Yeah. Typically, I'm like you, G. Although I haven't watched as much live I watched some last night. Usually I'll start, that comes on Monday, and you can literally watch the talk prior to all the interviews and all that. But Thursday, as soon as you can see the honorary tee shots, I'm on that. I got the leaderboard up pretty much nonstop all week. If I'm at home, yeah, I've got the TV or the computer, the TV on, and I'm watching, 14 or 15, 16 and Amen Corner until live coverage anyways. And then, yeah, last year I took my dad, my uncles, and one of our good family friends. It was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Jack and I failed to meet up, although Jack thought he saw me in the parking lot because there was a guy with a green stocking hat. But it wasn't me. So yeah, and actually this year I'm flying out Saturday morning, going Saturday, Sunday with my good buddy Josh Lang, who has never been. So yeah, it'll be great. I love watching it at home, especially Sunday, but I also love being there on Sunday. It's just like I think it's the greatest one-day sporting event that you can be a part of. Sunday, the Masters.
Jack Worrell escorted me to my first and only ever Masters trip. Jack, do you remember what year that was? I can't even think of it off the top of my head.
2016.
Boy, it was that long ago.
I have the flag right here. 2016.
Did I
It's
sign
got to
it?
be it. Nope. No, you did not.
I signed it.
No, you did not.
That's the only one I remember.
Greg, what did you think of it? Because Scott and I already talked about you in this regard. What did you think of the event?
Well, I absolutely had a blast. We had a weird day, Scotty. It was weird. We flew into Atlanta. I want to say, Jack, we got in crazy late. We got up crazy early. I'm sleeping in the car. Tim Johnson couldn't hold his bathroom. He had to jump out and run to a gas. Remember that? And run to a gas station and hope that, because we were parked, and had to run back to the car, somehow miraculously made it. Park in this place where you're just like, this isn't parking. This is trees. No, people don't park in trees. So I'm thinking we're at the wrong spot. You drive through. You guys both know this. You drive through and they're $80,000 houses. I'm sure they aren't, but that's what they look like.
Yeah.
And you're like, this can't be right. And so then when we get in, of course, the no cell phone thing is a tough one for me, as you guys know. I like to be present on that baby. So it was good for me to just put that away. And then I hate green olives, just despise them. But pimento cheese sandwich was like my favorite thing ever. I can still taste it in my mouth from that trip. And then I had like 9 glasses of sweet tea. And so I had piled up all these glasses. You guys know you brought some home, or you ship them in your container. And I will say this, Jack, I was good when it was done. I was like, it's time to go home. I want to watch on TV. I want to see more. And obviously, even since 2016, you guys know this, the coverage is ridiculous. There aren't enough screens in my office, out on the computer, TV. There isn't enough to watch all the things you want to watch. And especially with these drafts we got going on, picks in different areas. We're going to do some picks today, between the three of us. There's all these things happening that keeps you abreast of it. But I loved it, Jack, but I don't really have a desire to go again. Is that crazy?
Nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. Yes. Just so
right?
You know. Yeah. You're absolutely crazy. I mean, I'm jealous of the Prez right now because he's flying out and going. I want to go so badly on Saturday. I took my wife for the first time last year, so he shared it with someone that isn't. She's a golfer, but not necessarily a golfer.
How did you pull that off?
Miracles, a lot of miracles. I have some good connection.
Okay.
I got some good connections from PGA Tour Canada, and they helped me out a lot, and I'm super grateful. But it was so now when I had this ticket, I had a member that gave me a ticket, so they left a ticket in this member only zone, and I walked up there with Kelly, and because I figured she's going to come with me, and the security guard goes, "Who's the ticket for?" And I go, "It's under my name." He goes, and he says to Kelly, "We're going to need you to step aside and go around, please." And Kelly's like, "Really?" I'm like, he's like, "Yes, it's members only." And so I was the only one allowed in there. And literally I walk in this little cabin, and a little old, I hate to say it, but a little old lady, like a grandma, says, "What was your name?" And she just looks it up in this little filing thing and hands it to me, and I signed for it. And it was awesome. So, but watching her experience it, and I went with Sean and Abby too, my good friends, just watching them experience. We got tickets for them too, by the way. We got lucky. But they absolutely loved it, and it made me love it even more than I already do. And I can't wait to go back, Greg. Right now, I'd go right now. I'd fly out right now if I could.
Anytime, sure. Jack. I'm on the plane with you.
Well, I mean, apparently you went. I don't know if you went. You said you did, but I didn't see you there. I thought a good friend we'd pair up, but like Greg,
you can't text and say, "Are you on hole 16?" Can't text.
First of all, I got to address a couple things. You said be present, like being present on your phone is being present. Being present is putting your phone away, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part.
No
pictures. No, I went to the players. Everyone at the players has their phone, including me. I got Snapchat. I'm out there. Everyone's watching golf. That's what they're doing. They're enjoying it. The one challenge would be we lost Sean and Abby right away. What do you do at that point? There's a phone bank. So we phone bank. Our goal was to phone bank back to the Pines. And I think eBay was working at the Pines. So we phoned back to call him, and he would tell them where they are, and we'd try to meet up. We end up watching Jake Knapp, and sure as not, obviously they knew we were going to watch Jake Knapp on 17, and Abby saw us right away. So, but it is a challenge for sure. You don't have a phone, but it also is a great thing, Greg.
So, Jack, in my defense, you swore that you were going to wear a bucket hat all of last year. So all I'm looking for is someone with a bucket hat at the Masters. And I'm following Jake Knapp, figuring, God, I'll see a guy with a bucket hat. Never saw him. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I had a bucket hat on. I forget.
You didn't. I'm pretty sure you didn't.
I would go again if Leanne could go. And that was a phenomenal point, Jack. And I've said that to many people. I want to share that. And that was the most fun for me. I shared it with you and Tim. That was great so that we could experience that together. We talk about it together. We have that memory. I've done it. I'm kind of a guy, you guys know this, that once I've done that, I'm good. I'm good. I did it. And that's, I guess I'm that way with, if I got to play any of these golf courses, would I want to play it again? Yeah, maybe, but I'm good. There's just there's only so many places in the world that we're going to get to play. So, I mean, it's a fair point. And so what I mean by being president is, I hate it when people don't answer their texts, right? You two, I get on you both because you're pretty good about putting the phone down. I like to know that things are like, you got this? What's going on? Scotty's the worst, Jack, by the way. You know this. Matter of fact, our good mutual friend, Denny Peralt, says really hard when Scotty's not in the mood to answer his phone, he don't answer his phone. And
That's
so on the other
how is that not a good thing?
For the other side, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
For you, it is, Scotty, in your life. Good work. Who's the guy running behind you that's guts there, by the way?
Steve Prefontaine.
Who's that?
Only a great distance runner, early 70s, was probably Nike's first big athlete. Bill Bowerman, co-founder of Nike, pretty much made the shoes for Prefontaine. So he was the first one to have like spikes with the waffle iron, and Prefontaine ran at Oregon and died tragically in a car accident before his prime. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch the movie. Watch the
There's
movie.
two
Greg.
movies.
It's a really good movie. Yeah, there's
Okay.
one that's better, but
I do enjoy those. I'm into The Diplomat right now. Have you guys seen this?
No, I want to watch
Netflix?
that.
I'm into it. You can't put it down, but now it's Masters week and then the NFL draft. Okay, let's move on. We're going to come back to Masters picks. I want to ask you two about something that happened recently. Many don't know this. The three of us I wouldn't call us diehard T-Wolves fans. Jack is the biggest consumer of going to games. I know you go a lot, Scotty, but I think Jack has you beat. You go to a bunch of games. We're kind of up on the T-Wolves. Recently, we've taken a bad L by Milwaukee. Are we a serious team moving forward, or are we not serious? Let's start with you, Mr. Prez.
Yeah, I think this team, the moment I'm like, God, we're turning the corner, we have a loss like that. I do have partial season tickets, by the way, so I think I probably went more than Jack this year.
Jack's connected, dude. You know this. I'm saying overall.
Yeah. Anyways,
you're connected too, but I don't know. That'd be a good topic. Keep going.
Pretty sure last time Jack and I were at the same game, I was somewhere Jack wasn't. But
he also bought those off the street. So I have pictures. So
you talking about the Phoenix game?
No, this is a different one. But anyways, I think, let's be honest, the West is loaded. Although there's a ton of question marks. Denver just fired their coach. Memphis fired their coach. Who knows how good the Lakers can be? Who knows how good Houston is? OKC's beaten everybody. But I think we could win any matchup, or we could lose out in the play-in game. I'm still undecided. So my answer is you couldn't get me one way or the other. Like, I want to be excited, but then I'm like, I'm not. So, to be honest, it's all about Ant. If he's on, we can ride him. But if he's off, we can ride him right out of the playoffs.
Jack?
For sure a contender. I think that they'll never sweep anybody just because they cannot concentrate that long. But like he just said, if Ant wants to do it and all of a sudden they realize how good they are, because I think they know that. But weren't they up 17 last night?
24.
Up 24 points. They had
Fourth
24
quarter.
points up. It was like 34-6 run or something like that, right? Or something to end it. Anyway, I think once they figure it out, they get in a playoff series, they win it easily the first round, they get to the second round, they start realizing how good they are, like they are dominating. I could see him riding that thing right to the championship. I really could. But it will be Ant that has to drive the bus, and he has to kind of put down I love his arrogance, but at the same time, put down his arrogance for a second and just go, man, and build that team, make them better and win it. I think they have the guys to do it. But I do think it'll be a challenge the whole way for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get too high, too low. I'm going to try to hold level. You guys know that's hard for me. I love to ride the waves. You guys love to ride me about it. But I'm going to try to just enjoy what it is. Enjoy that Ant is the guy who we think he can be. He shows flashes, but then he's like 1 for 17 at game-winning shots or something stupid like that, and he just doesn't take it to the basket. So that worries me. And the fact that, yes, the parity in the West is just stupid. So I'm kind of with you guys on that. All right, more to come on T-Wolves. We'll probably have a few more podcasts when we get there. Jack, let's come back to you. Getting open up there at Cragun's. How are preseason bookings looking for golf packages, and pump up your facility a little bit for us? Scotty doesn't have a facility, so we can take some more time on with you.
Cheap shot. Anyway,
kind of.
We have, it's a big year for us. 45 holes of golf are now open. Renovation's complete. We are no longer renovating. Spread the news for me, please. Everything's going to open basically with the 27 for Dutch, the 18 for Lehman, the 9-hole par 3. So we have more golf. Obviously, we've had great bookings so far, but we still have that extra 9. We want to make sure we get a few more to fill that up. Golf package units. We have beautiful units on the golf course on Lehman. We're building more of those. I should say the big news, Cragun's Resort sold. And we have new owners as of 4/1. So it's exciting. It really is. Obviously, super important that Dutch was happy with that, and it seems like he is super happy. I watched saw a couple pictures of the signing, and he was smiling the whole way, shaking hands. So I think it was big for him to turn it over to someone that is going to take it to the next level and keep it local in Minnesota. The Cragun's name will stay. I think those are all very important things to Dutch. And obviously, what a moment for him, a legacy, of literally his whole life, turning that over to someone else. And who knows what he's going to do right now. He's going to have some fun. The Gophers are probably going to have some more support for sure, Prez.
Does he golf at all, Jack?
I think he did. I haven't seen him golf. I know he did. Actually, I played the most unbelievable 9 holes. Eric Peterson and I and Fred Boos and Dutch. And we gambled for cabins. That's what we played. A hole of cabins. So right now, I think Cragun's owes Fred Boos and Grandview like 6 cabins because of that match. It was the longest. It was the longest 9 holes of our lives. There was 100 stories. Eric and I never said a word. We never really even hit a shot, to be honest with you. But it was what a moment, right? I have a picture of it. It's an epic picture of those guys, right?
Awesome.
Because they're obviously what, Brainerd Golf basically revolves around those two. So anyway, it's been awesome to see this transition to a new owner, and it's Leisure Resorts is who bought it. Just so you guys know, they also run the quarter deck. They have a place on Lake Minnetonka as well, and then a lot on the North Shore as well. So they're local. They're very much golfers, and they're excited about golf. But yeah, we are opening on Friday. Excited to get everything open, and excited to show off the new 9. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to have another option. It fits in really well to the 3-9 rotation, and it'll also be the new home of the CRMC Championship. It'll be red to white, so it'll be a new 18-hole combination this year.
Scotty, I don't want to I rip on you a lot, and everybody knows it, but I do want to give you some props here. You've been very instrumental in where Minnewaska Golf Club is at right now today. Why don't you update everybody on what's going on up there? And lots of changes. And I don't know if they're calling you a career consultant or what your deal is, but give us some update there.
Yeah, no, and I will be at Minnewaska this year. I'm going to plan on teaching quite a bit, probably more than I've ever taught, just with community ed, junior golf, hope clinics, private stuff. Like this is kind of a test it out and see year for me, but and definitely be there to help Minnewaska always. I still am president of the foundation, but yeah, so a lot of changes, new superintendent, new head pro. I mean, it was a challenge. I think the head pro was definitely a lot easier to fill. There was a lot of interest. Ultimately landed on Hunter Rebrovich, who I think is going to be great. His dad was pro at Alec Golf Club for almost 15 years, I think. And I've known Hunter since I moved up here. He's just a good player, good kid. Went to Mankato. And yeah, I think he's going to fit in awesome at Minnewaska. So that's good. And then Brady Scott, the superintendent, is now at Geneva. So kudos to Grant Hansen, Thompson Golf Group for getting Brady. I hired Brady when I was at Minnewaska. He's a great superintendent, one of the best in the state. So after a long search late in the year, we actually just hired a superintendent, and he's originally from St. Paul, worked at Town and Country, and actually worked at Bayonet and Black Horse, which has hosted a PPC for 10 years. So yeah, coming back. So yeah, it's new superintendent, and that was just released. Sorry, I don't even know his name. Like within the last week that they hired him. So yeah, big changes.
Lots of stuff going on. And again, we'll get into your personal life and what's going on there at another show. But for today, I think everybody knows that you're going to be at Waska a little bit more this year, correct?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
All right. So next topic, Scotty, for you in particular is we're grinding here closely to the Club Professional National Championship.
Ooh, yeah.
You are participating. Tell us about travel plans. Tell us what's going on there and how's your game, because I'm guessing you don't really even know how your game is right now.
Well, that's just it.
You didn't play that good down in Arizona.
Hey,
where is it at, by the way, too? I know you're going to go into something else.
Port St. Lucie.
Port St. Lucie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
go ahead. Tell us an update, Scotty.
Well, before I do that, I do have to find 5 Nike shirts for you, seeing as though I beat you at the NCO.
Yes. Get that happen, and I'll pay for it. Just so everybody knows, Scott and I had a little side. I think we mentioned it at the golf show. Scott did end up beating me, and I will buy those 5 shirts, and I'll just wear them to death.
Yeah, and maybe Jack, now that he's on the podcast, he can get in the head-to-head with us, Greg, and we can keep track throughout the year.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to do that. We got some bad news we're going to come up on here. Jack and I we're breaking a long string, but I want to get into your topic first.
Yep. So PPC, I mean, this is kind of par for the course, and ever since it's been moved to the spring. We have a late spring. Golf courses are not open. I mean, Minnewaska isn't going to open for a couple of days. Jack, you're going to open before Minnewaska just because of that last snowfall. Like Alec was like the epicenter. We got like 14 inches. So not a lot of time on turf other than Arizona, which was 6 weeks ago. I've hit a lot of balls with Lang. He's got 2 TrackMans in a garage, so I go and hit with him about once a week. And yeah, the goal is, as soon as I get back from Augusta, is get on the turf as much as I can, because I fly out 2 weeks from today.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it'll be interesting. Greg, because you were down there for winter, the senior junior. Wanamaker, new greens, very firm. So I got to get used to that, right?
I can't even describe it to people. It's impossible. And if you land the ball short of the green, it doesn't get up on the green. So it is the toughest playing conditions you can imagine.
Yeah, it's oddly enough, when I did play in a PPC at Belfair in South Carolina, it was the exact same. One course, receive shots. The other course, it was if you didn't hit the front of the green, plop. If you hit the front of the green, bouncing to the middle of the green. So I know, I mean, that's the big thing for me is those front numbers and getting a feel for that. But yeah, I'm going to play a practice round with Sorney and Matt Newman. We planned it out. And then I looked to see if anybody else had jumped in, and this guy named Chris Sauer jumped in with us. So I'll get the down low on how Greg Snow's doing at Eagle Creek from.
Don't ask him. Don't ask him. Not good. It's not pretty.
But
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, so it'll be good to see those guys, and then I really don't know if Goggert's playing or not. I've texted with him a little bit. I don't think he's decided yet. So yeah,
does he have to wait on Van Rooyen's schedule? Is that kind of the deal, or?
I don't know. I just texted with him and said, "Hey, am I going to see you down there?" He's like, "I don't know yet. That was last week." So Eddie Wynn is sitting as first alternate, probably going.
But is that how it works, Scott? Is it a Minnesota alternate?
Well, it was last week.
Oh, we just got news.
He's in.
Goggert's in. Okay. So
or is that Eddie Wynn in?
I don't know. We'll find out from our producer shortly.
Send us another message. Is that Eddie Wynn is in? Or because Scott, first alternate isn't necessarily Minnesota. Goggert's in. Isn't necessarily Minnesota, right?
So here's how it works. Prior to the entry deadline, which was last week, if, say, Alex said he couldn't play, it pulls from Minnesota. Minnesota gets that spot.
Okay.
But after that entry deadline, it goes to the national alternate list order. And right now, I think Eddie Wynn was 10th. So it's still a chance he could get in, but it's going to be late notice. So the one thing I would say is that alternate list stays there. So this year at Bemidji, if it stays at 10, there's a 95% chance that that first alternate for us next year is going to get in at Bandon Dunes. So
how many Scotty, about how many drop out? Have we ever heard a number? It's pretty high, isn't it?
It really depends on location. Like Port St. Lucie, everybody knows it's fairly easy to get to, not that expensive. But like Bandon Dunes, I could see a lot of people dropping because it's not easy to get there. Accommodations aren't going to be easy to find. So yeah, it really depends.
Jack and I would sleep in the truck. I mean, if we got to do, because we haven't made one of these, have we, J-Dubs?
No, we've been close. I'm MIA right now, so I haven't played one in 3 years.
I'm sorry. And you cannot play at Bemidji this year?
I am not saying no yet. I hope they can hear me on here.
They'll watch.
I'm still going to try to pull this off. I really want to go to Bemidji, and now that I heard it's Bandon Dunes, let's get concentrated here and get there. I'll figure it out. I might need a helicopter, but I'll get it done.
Well, Scotty, good luck. If we don't get a chat before then, I know this is it's tough, right? We've documented this for the last 5, 6, 7 years. I can't remember how long this has been, but it's the hand we're dealt with. And what you could do, Scotty, is have a winter like I had and just travel all around and play a lot of golf. I actually played yesterday at OGC and played really good. And people were like, snow coming out of the winter. I go, I didn't really have a winter, you guys. I played more golf than anybody should ever play golf. It'll never be duplicated again. But you got young kids. Jack's got young kids. Not as easy for you guys. I'm in the twilight of my life and career, so I can kind of do both of those. But yeah, it's a little different, right, Scotty? I mean, you're chasing all these stuff. Your kids are now getting into basketball, volleyball, you name it. So
yeah. But one thing I just want to say is good luck to Alex Goggert, Jeff Sorensen, Matt Newman, Brady Swedberg, Chris Sauer, Thomas Campbell, Eric Childs. That's our contingent going down there.
And yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck with that. Oh,
Scotty, just go win it. Just go win it. You're in the event. Go win it. You know what I mean? All you got to do is get in an event. Just because you're the underdog doesn't mean you can't win. Go win.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, I'm in a very good headspace. I'm working on some things in the golf swing that I really feel good about. And yeah, just go out. Hey, everybody knows the courses. It's an even playing field from that perspective. Everybody in the field has played these courses multiple times, so there's no advantage.
Scotty, and you proved that you're pretty clutch. You birdied your first playoff hole to get in at Braemar, correct?
Birdie my 2 playoff holes.
You had to do 2? I thought you were in after the first one.
No, it was Eddie Wynn and I for the spot.
So you went birdie. So this also, you're proving your clutch, which kind of shocks Captain Jack and I that you don't have an NCO under your belt yet. But it's coming. You're still young. It's all good. All right, we got big news, Prez. I texted Jack Worrell the other day. I said, J-Dubs, we doing it? And he says, it's full. Scotty.
Luther won.
This Luther 1 Pro Series has taken off. There are names on there that nobody even knows, which is great. People congregate to this event, and Jay Worrell, our run of gotta be 15 of the last 16. I don't know. It's over. It's over.
We're on the wait list. We're on the wait list.
Did you get on?
No. I'm just hoping we get on a wait list right now. We're on the call anytime list. Call right at the buzzer and we'll be there. We're
Scotty,
on the anytime
are you
call.
in?
What's that?
Are you in?
Oh yeah.
Or are you guys still in Florida?
No, I'm in. We get back the Wednesday before. I'm playing with Brent. Yeah, it'll be how many people are in the field?
All of them. Scotty, all of them.
A lot.
When I look, there's about 20 people on there that didn't even have a partner yet. They're smarter than Captain Jack and I. 128 says our panelist. That's a lot.
Hey, maybe we need to start a secondary event for everybody on the wait list at like Bent Creek.
Jack, why don't you and I start a secondary one somewhere?
We'll be the only ones there.
No, you won't. There's a ton of people. This is great.
This is a concept and an idea, Mr. Hey, are we talking to Mr. President here? That could maybe help us. What's that, Jack?
I thought so. I thought we were. Yes.
128 is a big event. I'd just say, like, hey, you got to get on it. Like, Greg, look at yourself. Senior Open. If you wouldn't have registered prior to the deadline, you wouldn't have gotten in. The Senior Open filled in like less than an hour.
Jack's busy. I pretend to be busy. We just missed it.
I love the fact. I love the fact that the section's that strong. It's awesome. The Twin Cities Open fills in fast. Everything's filling in quickly. That's a good sign. We used to be begging for people to play in these events, and now they're all playing. So
it's awesome.
It's a good thing, Greg. It's a great chance for us to step down and now wait till June 1 for our first tournament round.
Jack, we've begged for this, right? And when we were in the assistant chapter, we were the ones saying, no, too late. You didn't sign up. How hard is it? Get in the deadline. So I'd be a hypocrite if I said otherwise, and I'm okay with it. I miss playing with you. I love that little walk we do, although we've been renting carts lately there. I don't know why. But because, again, pace of play is what it is. I want to give you guys, before we get into picks, now we got one thing left that I really want to hit on. I really feel like people should hear about what our section and what our past president and president is doing for us. I got a personal story that just happened this week. Scotty, you know a little bit about it. Yep. Jack, this will be the first time you'll hear about it, but I want to give them a little props right now if I could, Scotty. Is that okay?
Yep, go for it.
So my daughter texts me the other day, and she says, I went to put down that I was approved for the National PGA Scholarship, or I went to put down that I didn't get the National PGA Scholarship last year, and it says that I did. And she goes, Dad, I never received the money. This is a $2,000 scholarship for the school that she's at. I said, oh, that's interesting. 10 minutes later, she calls back, calls mom in tears, found an email from June that she never approved or accepted or declined the scholarship. Tears flooding down her face. Couldn't pass up money. I mean, this is a big deal to my daughter, and she just doesn't miss this stuff, but she's hurt, right? So I get on the phone right away. I call Dremel. Dremmel's in bed. He even told me later. It's like 9:30 at night. He's in bed. So I call Scotty. I go, Scotty, is there anything we can do? We don't know what's happening here. What's going on? Scotty goes, call Phil. Oh, Phil's a night owl. Let's do it. So I called Phil. Phil called me back in like 5 minutes. And that's kind of what I'm getting at here is the response of all three of you, which is why on our end, we are in an emergency. The snows were. My daughter is hurt by this. I mean, she just can't believe how mad she messed up. Phil says, shoot me an email. Tell me what's going on. I'm going to send this up the chain right away. So Phil gets on it. Dremel calls me in the morning at like 5 a.m. because that guy's up stupid early. Call me when you get up, he says, Snow. This is Saturday morning. I call him back. I tell him the whole story. JD goes, I know Valerie very well. We're going to figure this out, Snow. By Monday morning, early, Valerie sends me a text. Have her say that she got it on the application for this coming year, and we'll work on last year. Now, right now, we don't know. But what I want to tell you guys and what I want to shout out to you, Mr. Prez, past President Phil, and Jeff Dremel, this is what the section does for us. If you ever wonder why you're part of an organization or a group, this is why. Somebody take over.
Yeah, no. Hey, you know what? It was an unfortunate issue that she didn't open her email from college. And I mean, $2,000 scholarship for any of us is a big deal. And to realize, like, after the fact that she's applying for this scholarship again, like almost a year later that she had gotten it, I can't even imagine. Like, seriously. So it's, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what this organization is all about, Greg. And hey, all we know is we got the right people in the right seats. Phil got on it, JD got on it, and look, it's all good now. But yeah, if you don't have the people that are involved or the right people there, it probably falls through the cracks. So I'm excited that it's going to end up the right way, but it sucks that she had to go through that initial like, oh my goodness.
So Scotty, Jack, I'll let you chime in here too. But the funniest part was she goes, "Why would I have to accept money? Of course I want it." That's the anger at the backside. But yeah, I just want to reiterate, and then Jack, you chime in a little bit of this is why we're part of what we're part of. And when people say, why a PGA Pro? Well, this is the stuff why. You're part of a fraternity that can help each other, and they know people, and they can say, hey, let's work on this. So go ahead, Jack. Sorry.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Why be a PGA Pro? We get that question a lot, especially nowadays. There's less PGA Pros, working at golf courses. This is why you're joining an organization that cares. I know from a board level, as all of us do, we all really have our PGA Pros in our best interest. We don't agree on everything, but at the end of the day, we really do care. We want to make it work and make it best for them. And this is just proof, is what it is. It really is proof. I agree with her. When someone hands you money, you take it. By the way, you don't have to accept it. Anyway, it's evident that the board cares. Obviously Scotty cares. Look at him. He cares for sure. So
yeah, Greg calls me at 9:30 and I'm like, I'd call Phil.
Thank you for answering, Scott.
Yeah.
Again, I don't take this, as you guys can tell, I don't take this lightly. My daughter's gone through some stuff.
Yeah, no, it's all good, bud. And absolutely, if people are like, why am I a PGA member? Well, let's see. We talked about an event with 128 people in it. Why? It's not about the golf. It's about the camaraderie. 128 people in one day. PGA members, free access to the Masters. Yeah, that's a pretty good perk right there. And then finally, our kids have opportunities at scholarships. Like 3 things right there that, that's just 3 of many reasons why to be a PGA member. So, I agree. It's the value gets overlooked a lot of times. And what we pay, $450+ to be a PGA member, I think it goes a pretty long way. So, Greg, what do you think? Do we want to look at that schedule or you want to jump into picks quick?
Yeah, we're running out of time here, Scotty. I think let's save the schedule for next time.
Yep.
It's okay if we wait, but I do want to give you a few moments for maybe a little state of the section, anything we need to know, a little update there, anything happening in the national, and then we'll get into picks real quick.
Well, since I'll do just a quick recap of what happened since we were at the golf show. Obviously, Greg, you were at the old Vegas Pro-Am, which sounded like it was a fun time again.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that was early March. We then I had a golf coalition meeting, which I'd never been a part of, end of March. MGA, First Tee, 3M Open, Club Managers, Golf Course Superintendents Association, a bunch of other organizations, Golf Course Owners Association. There's like 40 of us that met just collectively, the leaders in golf. Awesome to hear everybody's story, what everybody's got going on. And I think, it's not about us versus them. It's like, what collectively can we all work together? And the board has made one of our core values is collaboration. So it's important to get together and see how we can work together and grow the game. So that was a lot of fun. That was at Office Golf. And then actually Monday, we had the first ever ladies swing and social at Top Golf.
Dribble said it was huge.
Yeah, it was, we had, you always have people sign up that didn't show up, but we had over 50 women. We had probably 12 PGA members and a bunch of the staff was there. Kudos to Catherine, Savannah, and Kelly kind of heading the charge on that. The event was awesome. Second Swing donated some items. We had M Power, who was there, which I think we should have at every event, stretching people, 2 PTs there, stretching people out, getting them ready. And then we had
Jack needs that, by the way.
Yes. So I need that.
No, you're flexible, dude.
No, and then 5 bays of lessons and a closest to the pin. It was, I gave lessons nonstop for 2 hours. It was awesome. Some food, some silent auction items. It was a lot of fun. And it's a big priority for the board this year. Grow the game with ladies. The numbers just don't lie. If moms play golf, their kids play golf, and let's be honest, we need more women in the game. We need more women in the industry. So it was a fun night. It was fun to see. I had a blast, and the hope is to have events at Fargo and Sioux Falls as well, because they have great shots and sweet shots, perfect locations to have events there. So that's kind of the section update. Junior golf signups off the charts. Obviously, our events, we talked about 3 events that have filled up: Luther 1, Senior Open, and Twin Cities Open. Like, it's great to see. Golf is in a good place, and clearly all of us are itching to get out there.
Oh, that's a good update. All right, let's get into picks real quick. We don't have much time. This should go fast. Jack, here's what we do. We go 5 picks, snake draft. So that's advantage to you because we always let the new person, which is you, Captain, start. It'll go Jack, Scotty, me. We go total money. So this is easy, unless you two are agreeable, which I wouldn't mind changing this to total under. It's hard to do because if someone misses a cut, we got to stick with money, unfortunately. So, Jack, whenever you're ready, you can pick. Was this just free for all? This is barn ball.
Yep,
So
I want to put something on the line.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking that the next event that we're at, that the loser, not the winner or second place, but the loser has to pay for the skin entry of the other 2.
Ooh, I like it.
What do you think?
Done.
Okay, what would that be, you think, for all of us? Is that going to be at Midland Hills?
What date is that?
That's
June?
like June 31st, June 30th.
If we don't, we hopefully get. We better sign up now, Greg.
Are you guys going to Interlaken? Jack's not going.
Nope. My
Okay.
next
I am.
one is Onika. Onika's my next event, but that doesn't. I
Can't
don't know
go
if
to
we're all there.
Onika here.
Meadows?
Can't do Meadows. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Yes.
Grandview
All right.
Challenge.
How about we have it year long? We figure out a system I can figure out a system like first, value of each. The loser buys the other two dinner. The other two get to
Fogo
pick
de
where
Chao.
dinner is.
Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, I'm in.
They used to be a sponsor of this event, Jack, of this
Really?
podcast. Yeah, it was all in name
you get
only.
free
but
food?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
This-
Jack, start us off. You get here's the worst part, you guys. I've already done 2 drafts, and I really feel like this is a 2-person, like there's 2 top guys and then there's everybody else, and I'm picking third. So we'll
No,
see.
I'll pick third.
No,
I'm third.
I already got it written down. You're second.
Should
I
I
don't
get
want
started or
second.
no? Should I get started soon?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead, Scotty. Or
Yeah.
Jack, go ahead.
All right, I'm going out there. I don't think this is who you're going to pick, but I could be wrong. I watched him last year. He's phenomenal. I think he's going to win. He wants it really bad. DeChambeau.
Okay. You're right. That makes it easier for us.
You would have
Okay.
never picked that. Yep.
No, J-Dub, I really like him. I think his mind is in a good place. I think he can feel the people kind of turning on him, like
They love
in
him.
favor of
In a
him.
good way.
Yes,
They love
for
him.
sure.
I
I
didn't think
really
Jack
like
would be
him as
allowed
well.
to pick a live guy.
This is for Fogo de Chao. This is a big
Okay,
deal.
Fogo de Chao.
You know what, Jack? I'm going to give Greg the 2 people he wants because I don't think they're going to win it either. This is the guy I really like because he's played well there of late. He's hitting the ball great, and I've just always liked him. I got an autograph bag in my office. Colin Morikawa.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a terrible pick, but okay.
Yeah, bad pick.
Okay, we'll see if it's terrible.
No, it might be good. So, okay, so you guys kind of halfway agree then. These will be easy picks for me.
Yep.
And again, it's not what I want. I don't want either of these guys, but McIlroy was kind of my pick going into this. I have a certain ticket on him, so he's my number 1 pick. And then I'll just obviously got to take Scotty Scheffler with the 2nd pick. All right, back to you, Scott.
Okay. This is where it gets a little interesting for me. I really do like DeChambeau. But yeah, I'm going to go a little off the radar. Well, I like this guy too. I'm going to go Matsuyama. Plays well there.
2 picks, Jack.
I'm going Ludwig because
Yeah.
I think he took 2nd last year. Is that
Yeah,
right?
he did
Yeah.
good. Oberg. Yep.
And really going out there now with Akshay. I just think he's going to
Atia.
do well. He's always in it. He's just always around.
We have him in our draft here at Eagle Creek, and we like the lefties, the little lefties at home. Augusta. Scotty,
You guys realize he's played 1 Masters, right?
you don't have to like him. Prez, it's fine.
So did Ludwig. That was his first last year.
That's right. Scotty.
Yep. I'm going to go with a liver. Joaquin Niemann. He's been playing really well. He's gotten better each year at Augusta, so I like Joaquin.
All right,
He's
I'm
always
going
been
to a
good.
liver too. I got him in some of my other pools, so I have to kind of keep rooting for him. Brooks. I think he's just a gamer.
MC Hammer.
Brooks, and then I'm going to go with Victor Hovland, recent winner in Tampa. Scotty.
I think both those guys are missing the cut.
Okay, that could happen.
Victor's Pizza Boy, just so you guys know from now on, we call him Pizza Boy because I was in the players' locker room and he was sitting there eating a pizza when I was talking. I had him on my Snapchat, so that's Pizza Boy. He's been struggling up to that last event though, or that
Yeah, I
last
agree.
good event.
I'm surprised neither of you have picked Homa yet.
He's done.
No chance.
New caddy.
Oh, I feel bad. I just read a story about the caddy thing. I kind of feel bad for him.
I'm going to go with another little bit of a flyer. Minwoo Lee.
Ooh, okay.
Let him cook.
Jack, 2 picks, and then you're done.
I'm going Jason Day because he can putt. I think he plays well. He's been playing pretty well this year. Hopefully he's got a little bit smaller clothing on. I think that'll help him play better. And then I got Joe Highsmith because I have to. CRMC rookie.
I got him in one of my pools, Jack, because
Gotta
of you.
take Joe. Joe is one of the nicest guys ever out there. I mean, I'm telling you, just a full conversation at the players while he's trying to hit the toughest shot in the world.
Are you as shocked as I am that Jake Knapp is not in this field? I could not believe it.
Believe it. Yeah, he was close. What was he, 80th? He couldn't get in there. He just couldn't get in the top 50.
Tough. Okay, Scotty, your last pick. We got about 2 minutes.
Tommy Fleetwood.
Fleetwood Mac. All right, I'm going to go with a name that you guys are going to both laugh at, but I got him in some other brackets, so I'm going to do it, and it's Maverick McNeely.
I don't mind it. Maverick's playing great golf. It is his first Masters, but hey, Oberg finished second last year. I like McNeely.
Guys, thank you very much. That is Club Pro Chatter Season 8, Episode 1. Captain Jack Worrell, Mr. President Scott McDonald, Greg Snow signing off. Have a great Masters, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.